Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be giving my overall thoughts and opinions on the first year of Star Wars Battlefront 2, and that is why it is a long one, so I do apologise and bear with me. So the base game of Battlefront 2 came with 14 heroes and villains, so 7 aside, and it also came with 11 maps for Galactic Assault and 5 maps for Starfire Assault. They were the two main modes. Now it's safe to say that I was satisfied with what we had at launch, and this was because I knew more content was coming on the way, so things were good, and I didn't mind the progression system at all, if I'm honest. I know it wasn't great, but I am very glad it got changed. It's so much better now. But yeah, so I was happy at launch, and 1 month later we saw the introduction of Finn, Captain Phasma, and Tali Lynch's A-Wings as the heroes, along with crates for Galactic Assault and Jakar for Starfighter Assault. And lastly, we got also 3 more missions for the campaign, which was awesome. I love the campaign, I thought it was great. The only thing that annoyed me though was the fact that they sold it as an Imperial story, and we got the Empire for like 3 to 4 missions, so that was a bit of a bummer. But the story we got, I thought it was solid, and it followed on really nicely with Resurrection, so I thought it was great. So obviously that followed on from where we left off. So again, I was happy. In fact, I was really super happy. It was a great update. Season 1 was awesome. We had a lot of content a month after launch, and it was great. So if DICE managed to do this every 1 or 2 months, I think 2 months, is probably more realistic, then it's safe to say that this game would have been a much bigger success. However, that was not the case. Due to the community outrage on the progression system, the content got put on hold. Now obviously we as a community wanted a better progression system, and that's what DICE set out to do. The system is a core part of the multiplayer experience, so it needed all the help it could get, and I imagine for that reason that's why content was essentially postponed, which is why we didn't really get much. So roll on January 2018, Happy New Year, yay. And what do we get? So, well, we got crates for Blast and Iden's Tides of Hero ship, which as an update it wasn't really good, to be fair. There's not a lot at all, but again, as I say, content probably got postponed from the progression system. Now I love the fact that we got Iden's ship as a hero. I was so happy with that, but the sheer lack of content was indeed saddening. But I thought, hey, next month will be fine, and we did just get a bunch of content last month, so it was okay. So Iden's Tides as a hero ship was great to see, but apart from that it was just a bit meh. I wasn't really too great. And February came along and we got the limited time mode of Jetpack Cargo, which to be fair I found fun at the start, but it got kind of lost to me quite quickly. I'd like to see it return from time to time as a limited mode, like maybe just for a weekend or just a week, bring it back and then put it, take it off for a little bit. But again, as I wasn't really too bothered by it not being permanent basically, and I think this is mainly because it was the same map over and over again, and it just gets so repetitive. So I think it was literally just Tatooine just saying now. It was just this map the whole time, which it later got brought back with Bespin. So again, it wasn't too bad, but Bespin was absolute chaos, which was a lot of fun actually. But yeah, if we saw more maps in the rotation, I think it would be a lot better. Now, as I just mentioned, we also got Bespin. So we've got Administrator's Palace from for Blast and Heroes versus Villains, which was great. The map was awesome in Battlefront 2015. And the community had been asking for content from that game to be introduced. So as an update, it was actually okay. It wasn't too bad. New map. Unfortunately, it was only for the smaller modes, which I don't really tend to play. So for some people, it would have been a pretty good update. For me, it was just a bit, it's just a bit lacking. It is nice to have Bespin in the game again, but I'm just kind of hoping we get it in the larger modes in the future. But now on to March now. So we finally got the new progression system, which was released. And it was really refreshing to get in the game, to be fair. I mean, unfortunately for me, I had already done half of it, so I didn't really get the full experience that I kind of wanted for it, and I wasn't going to restart my game, because I liked where I was at. I had lots of credits and so on. So I was happy with the progression system. It came out, and just the community in general were really, really positive about this. And people had been banging on for months, so we finally had peace on that. So as I said, the majority of the people liked the new system, and I think it works really well, and it just rewards you simply for playing the game, which I think is, it's really what you need to see in a game. I mean, Black Ops 4 has just introduced their Black Ops, their black market contraband stream, and essentially all you need to do is just play the game and you get XP and you level up and unlock rewards, which is a really good system to have actually. But beyond that, I don't think March brought us anything else. I might be wrong, but I think Jetpack Cargo might have been reintroduced. But apart from that, I'm not too sure what that did. Anyway, so we went into April, which, you know, was a pretty good month actually. You know, this was the best update since launch by far, I'd say. So we got Ewok Hunt, which to this day I still have a lot of laughs on. I mean, I don't play it fully because I only really play the game when I stream it. So I know Ewok Hunt isn't like a popular mode to stream. Although actually you guys seem to like it quite a lot actually when I do. So I will probably play it a little bit more. But also we finally got customization. So this was something I'd been asking for so long, and customization is, for me, really important in games. It's so much fun, and in Star Wars as well. It's just unlimited, you know, just an unlimited list of things you could do. So for me, this was really awesome. The only thing that kind of annoyed me was just the fact that you know, we only got skins for the Resistance and Rebel, like kind of the classes. So we got the Alien Species, we got 1 for the Assault, and then 3 for the Heavy, 3 for the Officer, and 3 for the Specialist. Now, these were the same throughout the Rebels and Resistance, so it wasn't really like we had too much of a difference. I mean, like, the fact that we got given 3 though is that I chose 1 for the Rebels and 1 for the Resistance, so it's not all bad, but it's just, it would have been nice to get some sort of variety. And also I was really pleased with the hero skins we got as well actually. Armband Chewie will forever remain a meme, and you know, to be fair, he's only 5,000 credits, so you can't really expect a lot out of a skin for 5,000 credits. Yes, it's lazy, it is a pretty lazy skin, but at the end of the day, it's something in the game for me to choose which is different. And as I said, it's 5,000 credits, and you guys surely can't expect to have a lot for that. It's not even difficult as well, to be fair. And whilst I was happy with, like, go back to the Alien Species, whilst I was happy with that selection, it just would have been nice to get more for like the clones or the Stormtroopers and so on, because again, there are so many different Stormtroopers now in the Star Wars canon that we could have introduced into the game, so hopefully we will see that. Now after 5 months, we finally got Season 2. Now this was the solo season, obviously, you know, the film's coming up, so it was only right that we had this. So this obviously came in 2 parts. Part 1 introduced the first legendary skin, which was Bausch Leia, which to this day is still probably my favourite skin in the game. And then we also got Lando Skiff as well, which is another cool skin, which I actually still need to get to. I still need to buy that actually. So the skins, I actually really like this, but I was honestly hoping for a little bit more, to be honest. But we luckily got them later on in the season, so it wasn't all bad. So also in part 1 came Hero Showdown, which is definitely one of the best modes in the game for sure. It just gives such a tactical edge to hero combat, and it's great fun to jump onto with a friend. It was very buggy to start with, to be fair, but I think pretty much all of them have now been fixed, so it's all good. And again, we got a map from Battlefront 2015, which was Jabba's Palace. Now this was another good map. I really enjoyed playing this in the first game, so I'm very happy we got this actually. So that was 2 new maps from the previous game. There's still no completely new maps for the Battlefront franchise, which is unfortunate. So overall, part 1 was actually pretty good, but not really enough in my opinion. Although, kind of looking back on it, it was a decent amount. You know, 2 new skins, a new mode, and a map from the previous game. As an update, you know, actually that is pretty decent. Although, kind of the lackluster of content previously, it's kind of, you may think that, you know, we might want a little bit more. But actually, kind of looking back on it now, it was pretty good. You know, the content we got was really solid. So, you know, I was happy with that. Now, part 2 came along 4 fairly long weeks after, because the fact that it's a new mode, and Hero Showdown is something that I won't really want to play you know, just all the time. So, yes, unfortunately, it was a 4 long weeks, and we got 5 new hero skins. So these were all from Solo: A Star Wars Story. We got 2 for Lando, 2 for Han, and 1 for Chewie. 1 for Chewie was really good actually. It was the Vandor Heist skin, which is finally an awesome skin for Chewie. We also got Beckett's Crew and Corellia Escape for Han. And for Lando was Sportsman and Raconteur. Hopefully I said that right. Which is basically his Hawaiian shirt with the white trousers, basically, which is an awesome skin for me. I love it. For others, not so much. So these skins were great, you know, I was really happy with these. Though the Han and Lando voice actors were very disappointing. Mainly Lando, like, he doesn't sound like him at all, like anywhere close. Han isn't too bad, to be fair, but you know, they are on a budget in all fairness, so I think getting Donald Glover and stuff would possibly be difficult, though it would be nice to see, to be fair. But in that part 2, we also got Kessel's Space Mines map, which is absolutely stunning. You know, they absolutely nailed it in my opinion. It's so accurate to the films, as always. Visually, it's great as well, and it's just so different to anything we've ever played in any Battlefront games, so GG Dice. Now finally, we got the highly requested Extraction mode, which is fun to play, but it was only released on 2 maps, which was called Jabba's Palace and Kessel. And to this day, they are still the only maps in that mode. So yeah, as I said, whilst it is fun to play, I get bored very quickly after after I've played Kessel twice and Jabba's Palace twice, which is just a full rotation. So obviously it does get very repetitive, which hopefully we can see more maps on it eventually. So I think Season 2 Part 2 rounded off the season really nicely. Personally, I thought it was that update was then kind of outweighed the April update. So I thought that was probably the best update since December for sure. Which means overall Season 2 was actually pretty good. You know, I was happy. You know, the game was finally stepping up. And we moved into January, and the only thing we got in January was this new mode called Hero Starfighters. Now, Hero Starfighters plays out exactly the same as Heroes versus Villains did in Battlefront 2015, but with ships. So the overall concept around it is really solid, and it does sound like a lot of fun to play, which I'll be honest, it is, until after the first round you get kicked from the game or someone leaves. The kids from the game issue has now been fixed though, so it's not all bad, but people still leave after 1 round, which means you have to wait until someone new joins the game, which is a real pain in the ass, because it does take a very long time for that to happen sometimes. But also each round, it doesn't really last long at all, to be fair. Like, many of the fighter class hero ships, so, or Interceptors as well, so you've got like Tally and Luke and all that stuff. They don't really last that long at all, so a round could pretty much last like 20 seconds. Like, on my first ever game on Hero Starfighters, I played the first round and then got kicked because the second round it froze and then booted me out, which was really annoying actually. So, you know, as a mode, you know, I think it's a solid idea, but it didn't really kind of attract me and draw me into it, unfortunately, because of the whole issue. So I think if they sort out the matchmaking for that, and which actually with the new end of round matchmaking, I think it might have been sorted. I haven't really played it in a while, so I'm not too sure there. But you know, I think if it really drew me in, then it would have been a solid mode. You know, if it didn't have all those bugs. But anyway, that was July, so not really a lot going on there. So as an update, it was okay. You know, it wasn't great to be fair, but you know, we moved into August, and if you're still watching at that point, at this point even, I just want to say thank you very much. I really do appreciate you taking your time out to watch this. You know, it is long, so thank you very much. Anyway, August. If I remember correctly, August only bought us the 41st and 327th clone skins, along with, of course, crashed speeders. So, as a content update, it was very, very small, and also the lack of content in July, I was really disappointed, but you know, I soldiered on. You know, the 41st skin was great, and you know, the camo was spot on, and hopefully we'll get an option soon where we can actually change it to the Scout Trooper helmet like we see in Revenge of the Sith. 327th, however, was modelled off Commander Vi, which kind of, in terms of looks, I thought it looked pretty nice, but obviously I would much prefer it to have been canon, which a lot of people actually did. You know, there was a lot of complaining about that, so it is being fixed in the winter, so thank you guys for that. Now obviously we then have the September update, which is the long awaited squad system, which, yeah, okay, it should have been in the game sooner, but you know, it is here now. We've waited, we've done our time, it's here now. So you know, it was pretty good. You know, there was quite a few issues, to be fair, with especially large parties. Friday Night Battlefront to start with was very difficult because, you know, no one could spawn each other, as the squad system just couldn't handle it. Although the necessary tweaks have been made to the squad system, you know, it works really nice now, and there will be a few more to come in future updates. So in the October update, they have indeed made it so that the squad system is now, you know, heroes can't spawn on troopers, but reinforcements now can again. So I think later on in the month of September, they did change it so that reinforcements and heroes cannot spawn on troopers, which was a necessary change for the heroes but not for the reinforcements, but they are changing that back now, which is great. And the wolf skin and the 91st skin look great. You know, the 91st is okay, you know, it's nice to have, but because there's not a lot going on there, I won't really use it too much, especially at the back. But honestly, that is just me being techie. The Wolfpack, however, just looks absolutely incredible. It's by far my favourite clone skin out there right now. You know, we're still getting 3 more to come in the future, so I'm very happy with that. So it should be really nice actually to see Clone Wars maps with just loads of different clone legions on. It'll be great fun. So, you know, September as an update, you know, it was pretty good. Squad system, 2 skins, it was okay. Though, obviously, the time of August and July was a little bit, you know, it was dry, so it's kind of starting to pick itself back up again. And then, obviously, we got the whole community events thing, so we had Heroes Unleashed, which unfortunately I didn't actually get to play, but I know it was a lot of fun for you guys. It's highly requested, so it will be coming back at some point, as confirmed by then. When, we don't know, but it will be coming back at some point. And then there was also the fast spawn event, which I'm honestly hoping they can actually fully implement into the game. The ability to spawn onto people as soon as you die was great, and it just brought a new fast-paced edge to the game, which I'm really hoping they can just fully implement. Because at the moment you have to wait about 10 seconds when you spawn in, or when you die you have to wait about 10 seconds to spawn, which kind of does suck actually, especially for me right now, because I don't really have any good editing software where I can just like simply cut that bit out. Because I'm using a share factory at the moment, you can only have 8 clips maximum, so I can't actually do that for long clips like this. So it is a shame, but hopefully they can just implement that soon, or just decrease the timer to about like 3 to 5 seconds, because at that point it would basically be like an instant spawn. But yeah, these events will continue to come out throughout the future, so do keep an eye out for those. Now lastly, we have October, so to round it up, I believe we had the first hero in Battlefront 2 in 10 months. Grievous has made his way into Star Wars Battlefront 2 as of October 30th. Now, I'm on holiday right now, so I haven't actually been able to play him, sadly, but having read the community transmission, he sounds like a shed load of fun, and I simply cannot wait to play him on November 11th when I'll be able to start streaming again. Now, obviously, I'm making this before Grievous actually comes out, like before I go on holiday, so obviously no one's played him yet, but he does look like a lot of fun, so I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed him, and I cannot wait to get back into the game when I get back from holiday. Now, General Kenobi, Geonosis, and the 212th Clone Legion skin come out on November 28th, so I will be streaming that the usual time of about 8 PM BST, maybe a bit earlier, so I hope you look forward to that. Now, obviously that's 2.5 weeks when I get back, so General Grievous will come, essentially, for me, as of like November 11th, so it's only going to be like 2.5 weeks until I get Obi-Wan and stuff like that, so it's going to be great for me, it's going to be awesome, but I'm sad to miss out on all the hype around the streams and the YouTube community, but hopefully there will be more hype for Geonosis and Obi-Wan as well, so I can just get involved in that. You know, it's just going to be so much fun. And obviously Geonosis is the first map for Galactic Assault in, you know, 11 months, which, yes, it's not good, but Geonosis is the largest map they've ever made, which is awesome. You know, hopefully we'll start getting more content beyond February, which Dennis Brownfeld did confirm that we are definitely getting that. So hopefully we'll start to see more maps on regular updates, and it's just going to be awesome, guys. I cannot wait for the future Battlefront 2. It's probably going to be like one of those No Man's Sky where the game kind of flopped to start with, but then it's made these updates and it's fully come back fighting strong, and it will be the game we all want it to be. So considering the fact that, you know, Battlefront 2 has had an incredibly rocky first 12 months, I'm actually really happy with where the game is at now. You know, our patience certainly has paid off. You know, we're finally there, guys. So as I said, I'll be back soon from holiday, streaming again for Battlefront 2. It's just going to be awesome. I seriously cannot wait. But if you guys made it this far, please let me know in the comments below, because I just want to thank you so much personally. So guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I'll be back from holiday shortly, and as always, may the Force be with you always.
Additional forces will sort the mess, but we're finished with this place.